Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you the first mission on the resistance side of my Brink hard difficulty video walkthrough. And this is entitled Getting Answers. And you're going to recognize this area because you've been here before as the security team. The only difference now is you're running in as the resistance trying to do the thing you were trying to stop before. So good luck with that, because as anybody that's played Brink will know, this is a pretty challenging game for all the wrong reasons. At this first area, you have to defend the door. Before you had to blow the door up, this time you're defending it. And if anybody plants a charge, the only people that can take it off are the engineers, so make sure that you've got an engineer doing his business. Right now I'm a covert ops guy, I'm one of the spies, and for some reason it wouldn't let me go in the disguise then, which is weird, but I'm beyond questioning this game for how broken it is, because it is a bad game. But the best thing to do here as a standard setup is to get as many engineers as you can to drop turrets so that you've got a massive presence in the area. And right now, I'm the wrong class, but I thought I'd still use the life, and I've just been revived, so I'm going to be the wrong class for a little while longer, because I generally run the medic. The main reason for running the medic is because he's kind of the jack of all trades in this game. The worst part about Brink is your inability to stay alive against the AI, and the best class to counteract this is obviously going to be the one who can revive people. But that's just my personal opinion. Everyone has a preference. It'll probably differ if your mentality is different to mine. The lucky part about this mission, though, is if you are good at defending and you have a group of people who are also pretty good at playing the game, you shouldn't go too much further than this part of the mission, because you've got about 10 minutes to defend, and if you can do that defense, it ends the game effectively, I believe, and the first mission will be down. And there's a lot of missions on the resistance side that involve defending things, and they're a lot easier than the flip side ones of where we had to attack before, so take a little comfort in knowing that the resistance campaign, albeit still a bastard, does have fewer missions that are a complete nuisance. However, the very final resistance mission is the worst level on the game. It is the hardest, most ridiculous, most obscurely bad, poorly designed, brokenly obfuscating than anything I've ever played. And I would definitely implore you to play that one on Versus, because that is where it stops even being humorous at how bad it is. That is where it's just full blown, cock in the mouth. Nobody wants that. It's just wrong. And it's a bad feeling, especially because it can be really, really hard. Oh god, it's hard. It's really hard. It's like sometimes you don't even stand a chance. You're literally dead for no reason. You're dead out of habit. It's literally like being ticked off Schindler's List. You're just never going to stand a chance. It's fucking ridiculous. But this mission right now is literally just defend. Defend as best you can. Do what you can do. Guard the door. Keep on doing your thing, and you shouldn't have too much problem with. But there's 4 minutes left, which means it's going to be filled with defending, should I say, and just killing a load of shit. And I'm going to talk about something else, because the only thing worse than playing Brink is talking about Brink. And what I'm going to talk about is the film I have on in the background as I do this commentary, which is something I'm quite known for, but I've not done it for a while aside from the previous Brink videos. And today we have the ever polarizing Mission Impossible 2. And I don't know how you guys feel about Mission Impossible 2, but it was an interestingly received film. The first Mission Impossible was a very, a taut, a tense, really intelligent spy thriller. It was an espionage, caper, where you never quite knew what was going on, you never quite knew who the bad guy was, and for the majority of it, there wasn't that much action. It was all, intelligent, it was all just doing its thing, trying to unveil things, and there was just this cloud of oppression over the entire film, because you never knew when they were safe, you never knew who to trust, and I thought it was a really great atmosphere for those kind of films, and I liked it a lot. I think the first Mission Impossible is probably the best, because it was just really, really good filmmaking. A lot of people didn't like it, though, because of that very reason. They expected Tom Cruise to be running around with, pistols in slow motion, shooting people, and shit blowing up, and the Mission Impossible theme coming on every 5 minutes, and, I don't know, riding off on a horse into the sunset as if he were, Grace Kelly or something stupid. But it wasn't that way. And then the second one came out, and they kind of tailored it for all the expectations that were never hit with the first film. So instead of it being this tense taut, well put together, you know, twisty-turny thriller, you've got this kind of weak storyline featuring a virus with some interesting twists and tales and some, you know, ridiculously used sunsets as if it were a fucking Michael Bay movie, interspersed with gunfights, with full-on John Woo, because he directed it, and if anybody knows John Woo, they'll think Hard Boiled, they'll think The Killer, they'll think, you know, Face Off, they'll think everybody with double pistols. Nobody has to reload because every double pistol has infinite ammo, and there's doves flying around as people are diving over tables, and fucking chips and splinters are getting thrown into the air as debris is scattered from non-stop gunfire. And don't get me wrong, I love that kind of stuff, and I do believe that Mission Impossible 2 has some fantastic action scenes in them, as ridiculous as they are. I just think the rest of the package could have been infinitely better. I still like it though, even though a lot of people hate it. I'm still a fan of Mission Impossible 2, and I don't think it's that bad of a film. The third one came along and, you know, kind of did a bit of mixture of both and made it a little bit more personal to the main character, because that was an interesting dynamic to try and pull, and I enjoyed that one a lot as well. But yeah, leave a comment if you have any strong opinions on the Mission Impossible films, if you feel like saying anything, and if you just agree, well, you're a well-rounded individual and I take my hat off to you, sir. Well, that's what's on in the background. And we're 6 minutes through this video, and as you can see, because they're not quite getting to where they have to be, the objective we're defending, me and my team have pushed out into their spawn area, and we're kind of getting our spawn rape on as they run through that area, and just holding them back as best we can. I've finally changed over to the medic, so I'm running around and sponging the injection on everybody. And just be careful, because you'll think you've got the upper hand on somebody, and he'll just turn around and one-shot you, and there's really nothing you can do. It's like playing Warhammer and rolling the dice, and you have the better unit, and the person who's attacking you has this shitty unit, and you fucking lose because he rolls a 6 or whatever, and you rolled a 1. It's just look there. Luckily enough, though, I am a rank 4 medic, so I can revive myself once every so often, and I managed to get back up, and I don't lose any time there, because we're currently in the last 29 seconds of the mission, and if you can keep them from blowing up the door, there will be no extensions. This will be the end of Mission 1, and that is exactly what you do. If you can do something to make this game shorter than it already is, that is a good thing you have done. And I fervently believe that, because regardless of objectivity, of, you know, personal preference, this is a bad game. And you're going to hear me reiterate that opinion for pretty much every video. But there you go. That is the cutscene of us winning, effectively. So, as per usual, guys, I hope this guide's helping, even though it's a bit of a clusterfuck. I hope you're enjoying it regardless. Thanks for supporting my channel. Please, you know, feel free to subscribe if you've just dropped in here and you're enjoying what I'm doing. I try and get a reliable amount of content up as quickly as possible. And, yeah, you take care now.